Barca started with their typical 4-2-3-1 shape, with Olmo acting as the attacking midfielder against Real Madrid's 4-1-4-1 defensive block. Madrid wasn't pressing much. Rather, they sat deep, with Vinicius as the single striker and tried to use Tchouaméni as the central protector. They tried to stay compact and force Barca wide. This made Barca's progression easier through the flanks and helped them enter the penalty area from the wide regions. Soon Barca found ways to penetrate Madrid's compact block. Barca started to push more numbers into the central regions as they dropped Torres to the space between the lines, where Olmo was already present. Rafinha started to drift central, while Pedri or Dio moved high occasionally. As Madrid wasn't pressing much, Barca's centre backs were allowed to have the ball. They were making all sorts of movements in the middle. Tchouaméni was often dragged out of his position by central runs, and this made the space between the lines free. The other centre midfielders, Valverde and Bellingham, was distracted by the movements around them, and this gave Barca centre backs passing options in the middle. Barca kept on making those line-breaking passes to disrupt the opposition shape and penetrate their backline. These central overloads gave Barca control over Madrid in the first half, as they were forced to sit deep and play on counters. Luckily for Barca, Madrid got one of their transitions wrong, and Barca scored their first goal. Madrid tried to regain control in the second half using Arda and Modric in deeper positions. This helped Madrid to build from the back using combinations between Güler and Modric, but still Barca maintained their threat by constant runs off the ball. Whenever the ball carrier is free, there were multiple movements up front intended to pull Madrid defense high and then exploit the space behind. Ultimately, Barca's constant runs resulted in their second goal. Real Madrid had better control of the match in the extra time as Mbappe provided them a proper central threat and Arda was feeding runners on the deep. They started to play in close proximity and it helped them enter Barca's penalty box with more numbers. As Madrid failed to convert easy chances, Barca completed the comeback with yet another goal from a transition moment. Though Barca's tactics worked in the first half, it don't have much impact on their three goals as all of them were scored from silly mistakes from Real Madrid.